I'm Bill Cook. This is Bill Cooks. Let's cook. Okay, scrambled eggs. Confession? I hate eggs. Hate's a strong word. Despise, probably a little bit better. Do not appreciate them very much. The person that changes the world is the person that sees the world as imperfect. If everything's perfect and you like the way things are, why are you going to try and find a better way? You're not. So if you're perfectly happy with scrambled eggs the way they are, please turn this video off and watch something else. Okay, since you're still here, obviously, you're curious. Good. That's the first step to being a better person. I went about trying to figure out how to make better eggs. I do a lot of baking and other things, and the way that eggs are used and the way that they get whipped up and all that stuff is very interesting to me. So eggs have a wonderful property with the proteins and the stuff inside of them. You can really build a lot of volume with them. If you add milk to it, you will get lovely volume and fluffiness to it. A lot of people don't add anything. They just crack a couple eggs, throw them, scaff them in the pan. They're good. Anyways, just said scaff. Don't know why. There you go. If you like low-fat milk, skim milk, whatever, it's kind of the fats in here that break that up, and the proteins mixed with it really kind of whole milk is a much better idea. If you're one of those crazy people that likes heavy cream, then you're my peeps. I love you. You're good people. Don't let anybody tell you different. So anyways, I will not be using the heavy cream today. I'm going to be using the whole milk, just because it's a little more normal, and you don't need to put every calorie in every meal. So, fork. You have to whip the crap out of this. I'm sorry that I swore there. 4-letter words, like eggs. There's the motion that you use, and I'll show you in a second, but you're trying to reach under the egg, you're trying to pull it up, and you're creating almost a conveyor belt, which is frothing all the eggs, getting all this air, getting it in there, beating all this milk in between the proteins, getting the fats mixed in and all that stuff. It's it's fantastic. It's delicious. It's incredible. Okay, the frying pan's got to be a non-stick pan. This is a 12-inch cook standard pan. You can find this on the website where people buy stuff and they deliver it to their house a lot. Anyways, I don't know why I'm swinging it at the camera. Anyways, it's a good pan. I have bought a lot of pans. I've had a lot of pans. This is a cheap pan. Works. I've had this thing for a couple of years. It's got a couple scratches in it, but it's still non-stick. It still works. Okay, your spatula is very important. This spatula right here is it's an OXO. Weird, huh? Like everything else in our kitchens. Yeah, I think they're taking over the world. Anyways, this is a nylon turner, or whatever they call it. The thing I like about it is that this is basically flat. What that does is it lets you get down, and you're going to be able to move the eggs. This isn't one of those egg things where you're just stirring constantly and making little bits. No. You're gently moving, kind of. This is more omelet-y than that. I kind of like omelets. I mean, you put some chili in there, it's a good omelet. Butter, because you got butter in the pan, that's mandatory. And salt and pepper. And that's basically about it. You got those things, you got scrambled eggs. I will show you the technique. And I dare you not to like these eggs. If you don't like them, let me know. But if you do, gotta admit I was right. Sorry. Anyways, let's get started. Okay, so first thing you do, take 2 eggs, crack them in a bowl. I smack them there, boom. Try not to get any shells. Boom. Okay, so there's your 2 eggs. Got my milk here. There's only a little bit in here. Always smell your milk. Okay, I'm not going to put a ton in here. There you go. Not quite a tablespoon for 2 eggs, something like that. Salt and pepper. This is table salt. Takes a little salt, pepper, to taste. I like pepper. So there you go. Okay, now here's the conveyor belt with a fork. You can use 2 forks if you put it together, and it'll really whip nicely. If you're doing 2 eggs, 1 fork is fine. If you're doing more than 4, you really need 2 forks or a whisk, and then you're gonna have a much bigger bowl. But conveyor belt technique. Let me show you this real quick. Okay, so now that the eggs are beaten up, it's time to cook. So I'm going to put that thing on some heat, get it started up. I cook them a little hotter than most people do. There's a secret to that, and I will show you that in 2 seconds. But yeah, I think that camera's too close, isn't it? Yeah, I can't really see it. Anyways, I'll show you this technique here in a second, as soon as I get this pan hot. So let's do that. Okay, so the pan is on the stove. It's turned up to medium high. I'm going to put a little bit of butter in there, only half. We don't need the whole thing. So it's just about a tablespoon of butter, maybe a little bit more, but I'm only doing 2 eggs, so about a tablespoon's about right. Okay, move that around, get it hot, get it melted in real nice. Okay, make sure it's good, and then we're going to do our eggs. Now, before I put the eggs in, again, they've sat for just a second. They might have lost a little volume. I'm going to whip them again. And this actually, the camera angle is pretty good. It'll show you here in about half a second the circular motion and that conveyor belt of eggs. There you go. The tines of the fork are grabbing the eggs and they're whipping around. You can see the little tunnel in there. That is whipping all that loveliness in there. You're getting a little bit of air. You're getting the proteins mixed with the fats, with all the goodness, and into the pan it goes. All right. So you want your pan hot enough that the edges immediately start to cook. You can see them sizzling a little bit there. Okay, now pull in from the edges. That was a little too soon, a little too hard. Okay, there you go. See, it holds together when it's ready to go. We're not trying to mix the eggs up or beat the hell out of them. We're trying to keep this together as much as possible. So just kind of pull your edges in and try not to hit the camera with your hand. All right, you got a little pool there. Tip it, roll it around, move that. And I think there's a jet flying over. You might be able to hear at this point while I'm doing the audio. Great. All right, so flip this over as one thing. If you're doing 2 eggs, you can flip it as one. If you're doing 4 eggs, you're going to have to split it in half and do 2 flips. Okay, so you got your heat turned down real low at this point, or off. I have it super low. And you're looking for little parts that maybe not quite as done. Okay, flip that back over, give it another second, check it again. You don't see any obvious runny spots. Nope, we're done. There you go. Turn your heat off entirely, move it to the plate. It's very important that I show you how to plate this, otherwise you would have no idea that, you're supposed to eat them off a plate. Clearly, this is the important part of the video. All right, so there you go, scrambled eggs. Now, I'll do a little zoom in here so you can do, a little too tight. There we go. Okay, you can see they're beautiful, they're lovely. They're not overcooked, they're not undercooked. They're light, they're fluffy, they're delicious, they're amazing, the flavor's nice, and that's it. All right, and that is how you make scrambled eggs. And by the magic of editing, also how you make French toast and sausage. And if you haven't seen the video on the crispy red potatoes, go watch the video on the crispy red potatoes. They are the best breakfast potatoes there are. They really are. They're amazing. They're super easy to make. Basically, they just go in a thing in the oven, and an hour later, potatoes come out. So, you gotta watch that video. I'll put the link somewhere. I have no idea where. I don't know how any of this stuff works, so beats me. But yeah, there you go. Then that right there is how you make eggs for people that don't like eggs. So thanks for watching. Once again, I'm Bill Cook. This is Bill Cooks. I'm the Bill Cook that cooks. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you make this because it's delicious. And I'm about to find out because I'm going to eat it because it's getting cold. All right, see you on the next one.